Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these bad mother effer Fords that we like to drive, this is your All-Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, alongside my co-host, Miss Allie Dubois and Kelly Boyd. What is going on,
I was
ladies?
like, dang, you did it backwards. I was like, is he going to introduce me? Sorry, Allie.
Wow.
It just threw me off for a second.
Wow, stage mom over here.
Wow. And this has been your episode of Marital Nation.
That's right. This is your Ford Talk Live presented by White Knuckle Off-Road Products. If you've got a Ford Bronco particularly, and you're looking for some rock sliders, which I did recommend to some today on Bronco
I saw that.
6X or whatever.
I saw that because I almost responded in there and I was like, oh, you already took care of it.
Yeah, and somebody else did too.
I saw that.
But go check out their page, whiteknuckleoffroadproducts.com. And, you buy something, tell them we said hi. If you don't buy something, no harm, no foul. So this is Ford Mondays, basically. And how is everybody doing today? I see a lot of this has been a Mondays in the chat, so I don't know what is going on there.
It has been a Monday.
Wow, I hope not, Kelly. You kind of in cruising in the mom life right now, so it shouldn't be too bad, right?
Yeah, I am kind of cruising the mom life. I don't really know what to do with myself every day except for look for jobs to apply for and things like that. And for those that have not been in the job hunting situation in a long time, there really is no way to contact companies to apply for jobs. It's apply online and you're lucky if we call you. And you're even lucky if you get a rejection email when they've done their hiring. Like I've probably applied for over like 300 jobs and I've only gotten like 5 rejections so far.
Well, like it's frustrating because like everyone says they're hiring.
I've talked to several people about that. As like people are like, get a job, go. People can get a job. There's places hiring on every corner and things like that. And it's like,
hey, pimping ain't easy.
People are hiring, but those of us that are like skilled, tenured in the career world, it's the competition is crazy. Yes. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna put it out there.
Since it's been a Monday, I'm gonna break out the good stuff tonight.
But I did get hit on at Aldi today.
You had to bring this up.
I did. Allie doesn't know this.
I'm breaking out I need to break out the Frank Sinatra that you guys like 3 years ago bought me this stuff.
Yes.
So I take it very seriously. I haven't drunk much, and if I can say it, but it sounds like it's well needed. So yes. Kelly, before we get into Auto Talk World,
why
don't we explain what's going on with your Mondays? Because all I know is something I heard, don't tell your husband. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah. But, so I was at Aldi today and this guy was in the fruit department and like dropped strawberries on the floor. And I was like,
is that what you kids call it these days? Dropping strawberries?
I said, man, what'd I say? Day in the life, right? Just kind of making conversation with the guy. He's like, yeah, day in the life, right? And so went on, like you do. And then I was down the aisle a little bit. The guy was getting bread or something. And he was like, you have yourself a good day. And I was like, you too. And he goes, and stay sexy. Don't tell your husband I said that. And I was like, thank you. Like, how do you respond to that? Like I just don't, and I hear our daughter laughing in the hallway. Like, I just don't know how you respond to that. I'm like, luckily, I'm one of those women that don't get offended by that, but I imagine he probably would say that to the wrong person and they would be like, did you just talk to me like, just like, I don't know. So it did make my day. It made my day, I'll be honest, because all I was wearing was yoga pants and a t-shirt. So it's not like I was all dolled up for Monday.
YouTube Car Spotters guy says, drink every time Dave says question.
Anything?
Okay. Andy Ackerman has made it to the Kelly and Allie show. So clearly Andy's booted me. Andy's one of our good Andrew's one of our good Patreon supporters, so we appreciate
Dave
Andy
has been booted a lot.
I know it's I'm telling you, and then you guys are gonna have this lady show coming up.
And Paul says, how does someone show up late to their own channel?
I didn't show up late. I started the show and then realized, hey, it's a Monday. Everybody's having a Mondays. I'll break out the good stuff. So, Allie, how's my update? What's going on? What's a good word?
She's having a rough night tonight. So if I suddenly disappear,
is it because you took her bed away from her or what?
She wouldn't even lay on it. She's currently lying in the hallway.
Oh, is she pouting?
Kinda. she like nights are the worst. It's like when I notice like she pants like way more than normal. Like even so, like my mom watches her for me on Mondays and Thursdays because those are like my long days at work. And so like I get home and like all of a sudden she goes into like pouty mode.
Oh.
And like I don't know, it's just like super weird, but like she was super excited to see me, and then like I don't know if she's milking it because she knows that I'm a sucker,
Probably.
or if there's actually she probably is, but she gets just like super uncomfortable at night.
Right.
So I don't know if it's like constipation with all the meds. I don't really know. Cause like the first like week or two on all the steroids, like she did not go to the bathroom, and she started like bloating and like puffing up.
Oh no! And then you're worrying about a secondary issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's one thing after another, but she's still here, so
That's it.
I'm super thankful for that.
That's awesome.
Well, good.
Like my friend Megan's going through the same thing right now. Like a lot of it is just like a lot of hers is like older age.
Yeah.
So like I've been telling her what I've been doing, and she's like, I don't know when the right time is. I'm like, girl, trust me. Like I already had to do a quality of life check, and it sucked, and it made me cry for 3 weeks. So it sucks when you get older.
We're glad that she's past the point of like what you thought you were going to get. So we're already
exactly. That's the thing. I'm already on borrowed time. So I'm like, and like she came to work today. My mom brought her up to my work today. And she's like wagging her tail, super excited to see everyone. And my mom's like, how does she know like who to go to? I'm like, whoever gives her treats. That's
how I know to go to in the family.
That's true.
Exactly.
I want to say hi to Tracy and Jim Peterson. They drove from Michigan to Utah. They're in Moab, Utah right now.
I saw they're on another trip. I'm so jealous.
I'm so glad that they're finally getting some good views, because the cornfield views were not doing it for me for them either. So I'm glad to see they're having an adventure.
Well, and speaking of having an adventure. Oh, she's scrambling. She hadn't been doing her job.
You know what? You don't call me out. We are saying hello to Bryce Gardner in the house. And Nelazar said, having a rough day, but some ATN always helps. And I added that always in there for you, Nelazar. So Jack Evans says, I'm early for a change. I usually forget. I'll check that pattern out. Bronco 78 Adventures, definitely a Monday. He said Patreon. Sorry. Jack says he'll check Patreon out. Minall Productions, Mark King checking in this evening. Steve P from Phoenix. Good evening, everyone. Always looking forward to Mondays.
What's going on, Mr.
Glad to hear it. Zach N checking in this evening. Of course, YouTube Car Spotters Guide. Thank you for that super chat for Dave and Kelly, friends from another state. Thank you.
I like those weird. If you're going to super chat, make it a weird number.
Gia Hogue checking in this evening. Michael Cooper, Valley Dude 5000, Eric Jefferson, Bob Masters, Paul Elliott. Thank you. This shirt is actually a purchase of my husband's, because it's totally true. But I do have to say,
it is not true. You're
not right now.
Jeez.
No, it's like surprise I'm drunk.
No, yeah, like
I'm a lightweight. But what's funny is I do look at it and go, oh, I should wear my shirt. Oh no, I'm driving the kid around, or I'm driving in town. I don't need to be being questioned.
Don't add fuel to the fire.
So we'll save it for when I'm actually drinking and not driving anywhere.
This weekend?
So, yeah, I'll take it this weekend for sure. Let's see. Eric says my Monday was fun. 3 of my customers showed up at the same time, and one wanted to buy the other's ordered 2024 Mustang. Hey, we have a 2024 Mustang for sale if they need one. So just saying. D Cooper got to see RR at the state fair and changed my order color.
Ooh,
yeah, we
so
love Rapid Red.
Well, no, that's not Rapid Red. They have this. It's the hot chili pepper red that they have.
Hot pepper red.
No, he's talking about the Ranger Raptor.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking, my bad. Bud Guy 8829, Andy Ackerman, of course, checking in this evening. We already said hello there, but hello again. Laura with Altione Ford. And I totally butchered that. I don't know where the T came from. But
Altione Ford.
Altione Ford. Deal me in for a 2024 checking in this evening. Let's see. Ford video guy in the house, of course. Ragnar Khan says almost missed it because an unexpected nap.
Those happen. I slept 12 hours the other day.
He sure did. Went to bed early and
Me too.
woke up late. Jonathan Falls in says, who all went to Overland Expo East? We were hoping to.
We
It
kind of were
looked
trying
like
to.
so much fun.
We were trying to sneak over there every year. It used to happen when our off-road event was going on. So it was like always the next week. And it was like, I can't take off time from a week of off-roading, then run over there.
Yeah.
But no, Mountains of Metal invited us over and was like, hey guys, come on over and hang out. And that's when I text Kelly. I was like, hey, you want to go to North Carolina or wherever it is, Virginia, wherever this weekend? And you're like, oh, we got that other trip coming up. And I was like, damn it.
Well, I had already committed to something for this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Which would have
So,
now looking back,
it would have just been better to go on the trip to Overland East. So unfortunately didn't make it, but one of these years we are going to make it over.
It's true.
Andy Ackerman, thank you for the super chat, says they don't believe me that I'm an executive producer. Here's a bribe to tell them it's true.
It's true. It is 100% true. Andy's a good man. Andy took us to dinner one night.
He did.
And Andy told me everything I was doing wrong.
He did.
Which was probably 100% true. And now I'm a better person. So
And here's the thing. Sometimes Dave needs to be told by someone else besides his wife.
Someone with a really long beard, like Santa. Santa?
Oh my God.
Okay. Anyways.
Bryce Gardner in the house this evening. And let's see. Jessica Dunn, T-minus 3 days till a long weekend in Durango to Uri, Colorado. Oh, so jealous.
Is she going out there?
Sounds like it.
Nice.
Unbridled Bronco, that shirt might be my favorite one yet. Spot on, sister. Right?
I know.
Right.
We can't get Jess to go to the Badlands this weekend.
Oh, did you try?
I just spilled the beans. Anyway.
Let's see. And if I missed you, it was not personal.
Yes, it was.
It's
don't
totally
lie.
the.
It was very personal.
It's totally the deep Eddie lime that I found on a Southwest flight one day, and now
you bought that?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God!
Because I liked the one on Southwest
I know.
flight.
Don't.
He's giving me crap already.
Jeez,
see how this works?
Jeez, man. I cleared this for a reason, and then I can't.
I have nowhere to put my coat.
Right there. Perfect. So, Allie, how is with the UAW crap going on up there? How's sales right now? I mean, have you seen our dealers starting to feel the pinch of it at all?
Not really. I mean, we're not. I mean, the only thing we're not getting are Broncos, and it's like
imagine that
it was slow anyway.
Yeah. Well, we brought up a good point the other day, and this is very related that Ranger sales are down, and our buddy Tim Esterthal with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk
that post
joined in and
annoyed me so much.
And he was talking about sales being down, and I think Ranger's down 40%. And I know with a changeover, with a model changeover, they do tend to slow down, but it didn't even dawn on me that right in the middle of all that, the Rangers should be shipping now. And job one was the 1st of September, and they couldn't do it. So that would explain why Ranger sales are massively down, right?
I mean, I can't remember when they not cut production, but they cut orders like early spring.
I think it was July 1st is when they quit producing this last generation.
Yeah, but I mean, like, cut production. Like, that was early this year. I want to say, like, April time frame. So, like, they cut production, and then, honestly, like, we haven't... I can't even tell you the last time we had a Ranger.
Well, how was that truck for sales? Well, I mean, did you guys sell quite of the little mid-size truck?
No.
I mean, you're a pretty full-size truck segment, right? Like you guys crank F-150s out.
Yeah,
and Broncos.
Just within the area that we're in, I feel like it's F-150, Explorer, Broncos, and Super Duties.
Right.
I mean, we do a handful of Escapes and Bronco Sports for leases and things like that, but.
Well, that's what about Maverick? I mean, was Maverick a good seller for you guys?
Let's put it this way. Every Maverick we have coming in, we have 2 and 3 deals on it.
Wow.
I was looking at the numbers.
So we ended up taking them off of our website. Like, no Auto Trader.
Yeah.
No I don't even know all the ones that we use to be complete. It's been a Monday, guys. So like we don't even advertise, and like one of them slipped the other day, but we haven't had a phone up on a Maverick in forever. So
What are you doing?
what is
Do you
happening?
not like the hat?
I'm so
Did it
confused.
not look right on me or something?
Oh, it was me.
So rude.
That hat looks better on you than me.
Okay.
Um,
Thanks.
But
yeah.
it's
So
just
I
one-
noticed that
it's one of
Maverick
those
sales. I
things-
mean, they're.
Did you totally just cut Allie off?
I'm sorry.
You
I
did. She
thought-
wasn't
No.
done.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's one of those things that like we're doing great on them. Like we just can't get enough from Ford.
Yeah. Well, they cranked out. They sold 20,000 last quarter, which is pretty nice. And it does beg the question: do they need Ranger? Because I mean, Ranger sold okay this last, but it was old.
There's a lot of people who want them. Like I had 2 Facebook messages today asking when the new ones were coming.
Yeah.
So they're waiting on the new body style, you think?
Well, we can't even get an old body style. They're
Oh, wow.
they're non-existent.
Well, Matt Porter's in the house with that.
Matt Porter, and I did say, "Hey, Matt
666.
Porter," or at least I thought I did. I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
Look, you made Matt give us the
devil sign.
devil's
So,
devil's
sorry.
deal.
I forgot to message Matt the other day. So one of my customers came in and was like, had found this Bronco online and was so pumped about it. And as soon as they flipped their phone, I'm like, I know him. They're like, of course you do. I'm like, it's Matt. I'm like, no, seriously, I honked at him at Buc-ee's when we were going down to Tennessee. I was so excited to see another Bronco, and I didn't know who it was at first. I just waved, and then I realized it was Matt. It was really funny, though.
Well, Mr. Tim with Ford, the Ford video guy, said they built 13K last month. That is ridiculous, man. They're cranking those things out down there in Mexico.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
how
Go ahead.
many of them were for fleet?
That's true. I've seen a lot for fleet around here, especially.
Dude, our auto zones, we have DTE has a ton of, like, we have so many for fleet up here.
Well, it's like we talked about it with Tim Esterthal with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. We kind of talked about it at the State Fair of Texas. It was like, I said, it's just crazy to me that these sell. And he said, here's the thing. He's like, it's the price point.
It is.
And it makes
It is 110% the price point.
Like it is. It's totally the price point. And when you get in it, it feels small. So it's not big and beefy like some people don't want.
For people who wanted sedans, you know, because sedans are gone, it did push it. There's a certain market that it pushed into a truck per se that doesn't feel like a truck. They're not intimidated by this. Oh, this is a big truck. It feels like a car on the inside.
It does. It feels like a car on the inside.
It feels like a Bronco Sport with a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's exactly what I think we actually said when we were sitting in it.
Is they're made with Bronco Sport? I'm so tired.
Let's see. New Ranger will sell. Deal me in for a 24 says Ford's cranking out the Broncos, and Bronco builds will feel the pain once Ranger calling comes. Actually, it won't. The way the lines do, you're not gonna notice one or the other. It'll be like 3-1, definitely. But that's what it's been.
It's
currently.
the zipper effect.
Well, but that's what it's been for the Bronco anyways. They've been building about 3 Broncos to 1 Ranger, so you're not going to feel it. And I think there's 2 shifts at MAP, and they can always add a third, and they would love to add a third because guess what? That means they're selling a ton of vehicles and they're moving a lot of metal, and that's what they want to do.
Back in my parents' day.
Wow, Grandpa.
Back in my parents' day at GM.
I like you're doing voices now too. Continue this. This is awesome. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this.
They ran 3 shifts at General Motors.
Wow, and she knows 3.
Wow. Do you see what I have to deal with on the daily? Like, for those that are friends with me on Facebook, you will see my post that I posted today that says that moment when you're about to go crazy on your coworker and you get that look. Essentially, that's essentially what it said. And I posted that when you work with your husband.
I've pushed the camera a little further back now, so now they can literally see you like cracking me on the leg.
Great. So now you're telling everybody our secrets.
Anyways, back to Maverick.
Anyway,
I think Ford is pretty smart with what's going on. They know. I mean, Maverick will be getting a mid-cycle refresh in then another year. I mean, there'll be some sort of. I know Sync 4 is supposed to be coming for it. It is due definitely for a refresh, and I'll be curious what they do with that. And do they add more trims? I hope not. Because I was happy with F-150 to see them just starting to turn trucks into packages like the trimmer. I mean, you can add things to a trimmer, but stop with this. You can put a trimmer on this, on this, on this. Just trimmer's a cool name for one. Just make it like a Raptor. There's not a F-150 XLT Raptor. Just make trimmer its own thing, and they should do that. I think with Maverick as well. Just make a couple trims. Have a trimmer, and that just be the only off-road ish Maverick we need, and
I agree.
Those things out
that we always wanted.
Well, options slow down the line.
Yeah,
I mean, trust me, I've been in manufacturing. It truly doesn't. But the idea that you flood a plant where they have to build multiple different things, and it's going to slow production down. So if you simplify everything, speeds up, and we get what we want.
Don't you worry, Dave. Bryce has your back.
Thanks, Bryce.
Somebody's got to.
That's right. Tell her to calm down.
Ford Video Guy says he has 50 plus showing up in the next 2 weeks.
Well, I know Tim, out of everybody I know of dealers that were selling them.
Yeah.
Tim's dealer
turning and burning.
They didn't do that whole Granger BS where they got in trouble, but people were coming to Tim during the pandemic. Tim's channel exploded. It was good for Tim and good for Ford, really, that dealers like Tim are out there saying what they should. What we got?
You ready for your segue?
Go ahead. We're not ready yet for that.
I asked you if we were ready for the segue. Jeez.
No, but that was some interesting news today.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Did Dave work at Nissan or something? Drink. All right. There you go, Dave. Now we can talk on the off-road warranty.
So, yes, it's interesting. I'm glad Ford's listening to people. We sold 10 today.
10.
So tell me about this, because I've not seen anybody asking for this, and I'm not being mean about this because I think this is a good thing, but
I have.
I've never heard. I don't know that Jeep offers anything like this. Where did this come from? After today, all of a sudden I'm hearing about off-road coverage, and I had to look into it. And what is going on?
So this came from Ford. People were complaining that they wanted a little bit of protection. If you make an off-road vehicle, you obviously know things are going to get damaged, plain and simple. It is what it is. We also have flat windshields. I mean, I've gone through 5 myself, but I also have 46,000 miles. So I am on the road a lot.
We're at like 24,000 miles, and
we need one.
We need to get ours replaced, but we haven't done it yet.
I pushed mine off a little bit, but then I just with so many people looking at my Bronco.
That's true.
When it's parked in the parking lot, just because our longest Bronco sat on our lot for 4 days, and it was held for 3. They don't.
So 5 windshields. I just can't get past 5. So that much damage to get replacements? Because I know some of them, they want to fill some chips and things like that. So
no, those are full-on replacements.
Full-on replacements. So you've had that much damage to it.
Yeah. When it officially cracks all the way through, I'll just replace it. Because in Michigan, if it's in your line of sight, you can get a ticket anyway.
Yeah, so about that one we have in our windshield. I'll just send you a picture of it, Allie, and see if Safelight's going to want to replace it. Because they were like, if it's less than 6 inches, we can fill it. But if you really look at it, it looks big.
And I've had fillers where they do that in windshields before, and you still see it. I mean, not the cracking of it, but you see this indentation.
Sorry, I have a customer texting me right now too.
Hey, customers,
unacceptable doing your job.
This is Mondays.
I know.
Would they like to come on and be interviewed?
No.
That's the caveat to it.
Negative.
So all right, sorry. While Kelly, she's doing that, off-road coverage. Now your ears perked up when you saw this. Why did your ears perk up?
Well, because I know that This is an off-road vehicle. And like Allie said, really? You've got this look
I-
on your face.
I'm just intent listening to your story.
No,
Man.
so like, I guess
We
it's
got
because,
off-road vehicle. Sorry.
well, I guess it's because I've heard so many people talk about like taking their vehicle in and afraid because they took it off-road that the dealer's not going
Shows
to
dirt
cover
or
it.
something like that.
Shows any kind of dirt that they're not going to cover it and things like that. So, and I do know when I took the Gladiator in for some squeaking, they were kind of like, did you take it off-roading? And we were like, not yet. Like, this is road dirt, so I was excited to see what this would be, and I knew that there would be a lot of people that would be interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to know more about it. I know some of the feedback we were getting, Allie, in that group. I think you were in it, or maybe I asked you in the midst. No, I think Ashley shared it or something, but said that their tire coverage already covers this, and their windshield something already covers it. So tell us more.
Here's the thing: you need to watch the fine print on that, because we have plenty of tire coverages that does not cover off-roading. That will not cover cosmetic. Like, you have to read the fine print of those, because like there is even one, like when Bronco first came out, we had just welcomed on like another warranty company, and like the finance manager ended up like Xing it out, saying, hey, actually we're canceling this, it doesn't cover what like you're needing it to, like we have to switch it to B, because it will not cover cosmetics. And there's been a couple of people saying like, oh, my insurance will cover it. No, they will not cover coverage like this, because they're going to know that you did it off-road, because this is technically like recreational. It's not going to be everyday driving.
Well,
so how do they prove that it was off-road versus on the road?
Because you had asked that question earlier today.
Yeah.
I know what always helps is if you take a picture when it happens. And like there's a very fine line. You can tell like what's been off-roaded and like what hasn't. Like,
well, but so where does this get into your normal insurance then? I mean, I guess you don't have to report certain things into your normal insurance that you report to this, but then at the same point, it gets into this weird thing of Carfax.
Yeah, it hits your Carfax.
How
right?
does and then is it?
it doesn't.
These types of repairs don't
hit
the Carfax?
Anytime something goes through your dealership, it goes through Carfax.
Not when you're just doing replacements and things like that. Not when it comes to like wheels and stuff.
Because we got a report after we took our Mustang to the dealership. Carfax actually sent us an email that says, hey, we've got a copy of your Carfax for you, free or complimentary from your dealership. And I looked on there and it did have
it's gonna list every visit that you're there, but it's not gonna be bad. Like if you have to replace a wheel, it's not gonna report like an accident or any. It's not covered. It's not listed as like an accident. Or
well, I didn't know if somehow that affects, because then people try to trade in vehicles and they pull your Carfax, and suddenly the dealer's at the advantage now of going, oh yeah, you've had all this done. I mean, I
so
think
it just looks like service visits essentially.
Yeah.
I think for Bronco brought so many new people into off-roading
that
this makes sense for a while. And I don't think this lasts forever. I think in a few years, they just slowly, you don't hear about it anymore. But I think with, we all track these forums and Facebook groups, and you see everybody new to it. They've dinged this. I seen somebody drop their door today, and
that just makes my heart hurt.
Well, and I'd mentioned we use the bags, and the guy was like, yeah, I like to normally use the bags, but I think it's easier for me to guide it in without the bags. And I was like, maybe. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer on this. But usually it's me and Kelly putting these doors on because of I'm so paranoid about doing that. And sadly, we've only had our doors off once this year.
Yep.
It got so hot so quick.
It did. Yeah, it's been hot all summer here.
But when we do, the Jeep was 100% easier to put the doors back on.
Yes.
Just 100% easier. So I do hope at some point that is one of those things that Ford does kind of reevaluate maybe a little bit. And it's like, we could, because I remember the first week or two Broncos were being delivered, people were dropping doors
like crazy.
And I was like,
and then they were waiting for forever to get either replacement doors or touch-ups because of the limits on getting vehicle or parts and things like that.
But So what is a couple pluses to this, Allie, and where do you see kind of a minus that customers that are interested in this probably should look for?
The pluses I see are one for windshield, because like on average you spend $40 to fill the it's anyway, like they're just the average. Yeah, you can probably fill them for cheaper, but typically on average, without going it for insurance, it's like $40. Your wheel alone can be anywhere from $500 to $900.
Yeah, wheels are expensive.
Depending on the types that you have. And that includes the wheel as well. I mean, you're looking at $250 to like what? $450?
Well, then you add the beauty rings and
yeah, like depends on all of that. So you have this cost anywhere from $5.99 to $7.99. Honestly, if you use it once, it pays for itself.
Yeah.
Like depending on the damage and things like that. I'm already reading some of the comments. Like some of the service advisors get paid on this regardless. Like honestly, I see some dealers have a really hard time. I guess like my dealer is different because our GM kind of puts into our head like don't take no for like an answer. Like we have to figure ways around it and things like that. Or like I guess, yeah, at the end of the day, other dealers are in it just for the profit type of a thing. But I mean, I did get coverage on my Bronco. We did something different because I'm way out of warranty. Because like now that this came out, I think, and like we're gonna call and like make sure, because again, this just came out, so we even have a couple of questions on it. But they say they want it under 3 years, 36,000 miles for like getting it for the first time. I'm already at 46, so I was out, so I had to pay a little bit extra.
But so people are able to get this if you're willing to pay more, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, if you're willing to pay a little bit more. And like Ford is really cool. They have like a 0% for 12 months option. You have to put a little bit down at first. But it goes 7 years unlimited miles.
So 7 years from purchase or 7 years from original purchase of vehicle?
7 years from purchase. Like
of the plan.
Of the warranty. Coverage.
Wow.
So I mean it covers a lot, and that's the thing. Like I got some shit on it today for posting it. And there's one guy, he's like, well, I already have the VIP package through my dealer. I'm like, there is no Ford VIP package.
Yeah. Right.
I'm
it's
like,
just
that
your
is
dealer.
just what your dealer calls it. I'm like, I can't tell you what you're covered. He's like, I'll have to check. I'm like, you literally just knew it was a VIP package. It could be one thing and you don't even know.
Well, that's like, I had a friend that bought a Ford Escape last week. And she actually asked, she's like, hey, what are these what does this plan cover that my dealer is going to try to sell me? And I said, well, you really just have to ask your dealer. I said, because I don't know. That's like when we bought our Jeep, we didn't know that we were paying extra for all these oil changes and all this stuff.
The Titan, when we leased the Titan.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. It was the Titan. We didn't know we were paying a premium for these.
Well, because they sold it to us as
oil
it's
changes
included with our dealership.
Yeah, they were like, with our dealership, it's automatically included that you get.
That was a lie. Just 100%
3 years,
a lie to
3
us.
years of oil changes. And when we come to find out, it wasn't 3 years of oil changes. It was like
6 oil changes.
6 oil changes. So we went for the 7th and didn't even know that one was going to be not covered.
Then Dave had to raise his voice and it wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. But anyway, wifey had to step in and
they were trying to pull us to the back room, and I was like, "No, I'll do this out here.
Yeah,
I'll make an ass of myself right here in front of everybody. Why not?"
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Gia's kind of talking about it right now too. Comprehensive covers your windshield. It does. So like this program does not cover a new windshield. The only thing this covers is chips in your windshield. Because I also think that what the heck.
And it depends on your insurance because it doesn't always cover it for certain things. Because I know we have glass coverage there's no charge for our glass coverage, but I know some people have to pay the comprehensive and some people don't take dings in their windshield. It covers other glass, but it doesn't do that. So it really just depends on your state and how their coverage is and your insurance company.
Yeah, I think I have a $50 deductible. That's it.
On your glass.
Yeah.
Ours is 0. I double checked that when we added the Mustang to it.
I should probably.
RagnarCon. VIP
I
must be
mean,
very inefficient plan.
Ineffective.
So what is the cost of this plan?
so because of the different tire options that you can choose. Hold on. Did he email this to me?
And how
The
does it?
The cheapest you can get is like $4.99 all the way to $7.99. Is like.
And how does that work? So like for people that have maybe changed their tires after purchase, is it only covering what they purchased on, or is it covering what they replaced it
associated with whatever's on the VIN number?
Oh.
So like if you
so whatever's on the VIN number.
Yeah.
So whatever you bought it with.
No.
Yeah, so if you moved up to 35, they're not covering it.
No. If you pull in with your VIN number and those are the tires on your car, those are the tires they're going to replace.
Oh, okay. Okay, well that's good.
Yeah. So that is nice.
Because, I mean, Ford knows everyone's going to switch these and things like that. So.
Right.
That's why they took Wrangler off the side. They knew.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of talk about this today, and I was just kind of curious about it. So what did you say? It starts out at $4.99?
Yeah, I think $4.99 and goes all the way up to $7.99.
I was gonna say I saw a $7.99 earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm assuming broken tie rods, things like that, are not going to be warranted because this
is strictly cosmetic, like your wheel, your tire, your windshield, and dings and dents. So let's talk about the dings and dents. Anything under 4 inches.
All right, guys, you hear that?
I was waiting for it. I was hoping you were going to step away from it, but you stepped in the pile.
Potty mouth.
And they have to be able to fix it like with paintless ding and dent. So basically, they have to go in, not mess up with the factory paint.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to cover. So if like you go in with your Bronco smashed, guys, it's not going to fix it.
You don't want to smash
There you go, YouTube Car Spotters Guide that answers that question. Will it cover the Raptor R that Whistling Diesel will destroy? No.
But yeah, and right here it does specify that the whole 4 inches in accessible areas too. Like, and they, I mean, you can't go in there with obviously where you drug your door across a rock, and they're not going to replace that, even if it's less than 4 inches. That's heavy body work, and they're looking for a little in and out, get you in and out in a couple days stuff, not let your vehicle sit there for weeks and then you're bitching why you didn't get a rental car and all this stuff, because that's not covered in this.
So RagnarCon has a good question. So does this stack on top of base care or powertrain care, or is it a standalone thing?
It's a standalone thing.
And it's only for the off-road experience. It is not for on the road.
Correct.
So you can't be like in an accident on the road.
You can't be on Michigan roads, y'all.
Right. It can't be a pothole either. That's not off-roading. We're talking.
Yeah, but you deal with those in Michigan.
That's why I'm saying it can't be a pothole.
Yeah, cannot be. Has to be off-road. Cannot be on-road.
And this can be purchased at any dealership. Doesn't have to be the one. So, like, if they wanted to contact you and get it added, they could add it with you.
Yeah. So I actually, some people are not going to be happy with me. I canceled 3 today. Like 3 warranties from other dealers. I told them how they had to cancel it because they had like previously purchased a tire and wheel, and I gave them the documents to go cancel it at their dealer. 2 of them went in. One of them kind of got some grief, but the other one, they canceled everything and they're good to go. And it just comes off the back end of your loan, or the other guy paid cash, so he'll be getting a check back. So.
Right. So if they would like to reach out to you, though, Allie, what's a good email there? Do they need to call up at Brighton Ford, or what can they do if they're interested in this?
Hold on. I will put my email in the chat.
Because not everybody has a great dealer to deal with. Yes, that's why we're mentioning
Lord knows we don't have 2 of them now.
Right.
Our secondary dealer is on my shit list right now.
My email is in the chat if you want to talk about it, because I'll tag you and my manager in a conversation, and we'll go over if it's actually like an option that you should do based on what you need.
Well, I feel like with our dealings with your dealership, you guys just seem to be more interested in, I don't know every detail, but you guys seem to be more interested in moving metal You're not
Mhm.
out there like trying to ding everybody for every $50 bill that your dealership can make.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel comfortable like sending them to you. Go talk to Allie about it. Don't waste your time though. Don't load up 60 questions about this.
And then go buy it from a different
you
dealer
can
too.
I'll put the link to this in the chat here if you're interested in this. Read up about it and then maybe hit up Allie after the fact. I think it's a pretty good deal considering there's a lot of new people in this.
The only thing that I'm really confused on though is why you can't get it in Florida.
Well, Florida has some. I mean, we all know Florida. No offense, Florida folks listening, but we all know Florida is a little different.
State laws with
so I'm sure that their insurance is different from that perspective as well. And their off-roading is a whole lot of swamp driving too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, is there a limit by chance? Is there a limit on how many wheels they'll cover?
No.
Well, why I asked that is because we went off-roading a couple weeks ago and all 4 wheels are pretty beat to shit. And I'm not gonna would never warranty this.
Yeah.
But I know there's some people newer to off-roading might go out there, have a blast, get home, wash their car and go, my baby's all ruined.
and not be okay with the
not being okay with
scratches
that.
and things on their beauty rings.
Yeah, no.
And like most insurance, I'm sure they can.
How many did my
terminate
brother
at any
replace
time.
on his? So it wasn't off-road because his was a Fusion. I want to. It was a lot. My brother had replaced like 6 on his lease.
Wow.
2 of them were the wheel itself, and then I want to say 4 were tires.
And this was all under the Ford warranty.
There's not a limit on it, but
Nice. Well, that's. I mean, I would think they can cancel your coverage.
I was gonna say because I
anytime.
know when we've had house situations where we had a couple years of really, really bad storms come through, and our insurance company actually
like,
was
nope.
like, "We're canceling you."
Mark says he took a chunk out of a rim on his last trip. Mark, ours are really beat up.
Yeah.
I need to buy those rims from you, Mark. So I can have some street wheels and some not street wheels.
Hold on until Kelly has another job.
Yeah, do that, Mark. Mark put more lights on his truck.
No.
He put some new
Mark.
Oracle lights on the back of that
Mark.
truck.
No.
I'm just saying, I got to be cool like Mark.
No.
Okay.
Mama doesn't need any more lights.
I don't know if you guys have noticed too. We're not doing this tonight. And why is that, Kelly? You'll notice a nice warm blue glow behind Kelly too.
So
it's
thanks
no
to
longer
Unbridled,
Nat Nation.
it is no longer Nat Nation. So thanks to Unbridled Bronco, she sent me a link for a bug zapper. And so we do have a bug zapper behind us.
That is loud as F.
I was really hoping that
To hear a
Kelly
zap?
was gonna use
Brooks,
it.
go put your tongue on that.
Right. I know I've heard at least 8.
Dude, this thing is loud and you hear crack.
It does. It
not
cracks.
Zap, not a friendly zap. It's
No.
I'm killing you and your next relatives is the zapper of this thing.
But we also did get the little sticky thing that's downstairs.
And we
too.
solved why this was happening too.
I did find like 11 on there and I'm off when I looked last night. So yeah. So we figured out why, or at least Dave figured out
Oh my God.
why we had all these gnats. Drink when it zaps. It's got a zap, which I don't know if we've got anything to make it zap. You gonna stick your finger in there?
Hell
Good luck
no.
with that.
I've
Do
heard that.
it.
No.
So yeah, so Dave goes, it's not gonna happen. It's probably gonna be like a body or something. Has to be your finger.
You continue to talk.
So Dave, nope. See, it isn't gonna do it.
All right, let me pee on it real quick.
Oh God. So Dave goes, you know what? I figured out why we have all those gnats up here. And I was like, why? Because we took the trash out, like, everything. He says, you know how that shop vac has been up here? I was like, yeah. He's like, they were in there. So we were talking before the show. He has not emptied out the dry vac or the wet dry vac yet.
Oh,
He just put it in the garage. So he moved the problem elsewhere.
That's right. That's what I do.
That's such a
I
guy.
change
That is
problems.
such a guy thing to do.
Right.
Those aren't problems anymore. They're
I buy
They're
the Zevo.
tomorrow's problems.
Right.
see?
I buy the Zevo bug trap that's downstairs. I buy the zapper that's up here. And I fix the problem, right? No, he moves the problem. But anyway.
So I fixed the problem.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Bronco 78 says, hit that like button. We would greatly appreciate
And Jessica Dunn says, you, Dave, to peeing on it.
Oh, man. Let's see. Blueford says, I have a set of big bend wheels or rims if anybody needs a spare set. And we'll just start selling nation here. Oh, man. But to kind of wrap up that, would you be interested in that coverage?
Yeah, I definitely would be interested in it.
Okay. Well, get a job and we'll talk about that.
We just talked about how difficult it is for somebody who has a career history.
Hey, y'all, that's weird. I think I hear Maya howling.
No, it does sound interesting to me. I don't know whether we would, for what it costs. I mean, 7 years is a long time, so that's kind of the
7 years from purchase is the selling point to me. Because if it was 7 years from purchase of the vehicle, then I would be like, well, we've already lost 2 years on it. So
my biggest thing is, had they added like little scratch coverage of some sort?
There is.
Not scratches.
Yes.
Not
dents
paint.
and scratches.
Not paint. Like a scratch that's buffable.
No, I think the scratch has to be under 4 inches too. Hold on.
Because I've got a lot of road debris on the front of yours that I'd like to have repaired, and they're not good. It's more than
each thing is less than 400 or 4 inches.
We just drink in unison, by the way.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're married for 16 years.
I guess.
Oh, hey guys, that's Maya. Gotta go.
Oh man, Bronco Parts Nation over here. That is true.
Bronco Parts Auction Nation.
Oh, Auction Nation.
And then Paul Elliott says, so eventually it will go to the trash can and then eventually go to the curb. Yeah, pretty much.
Do we get, if we do an Auction Nation, do we get like that Doug DeMuro money where he gets for his cars and bids?
Cars and bids.
This is Ford Talk Live.
Watch out. He's probably got that trademarked or something. The way
So technically it does say dents and dings, so scratches wouldn't count.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they don't.
Unacceptable.
There's no way in hell they're paying for that. They'll hand you one of those little.
I have
pins.
a porter that fixes all of Bucky's scratches, and I just bring them in whiskey. So.
Hey, I mean, if we lived closer.
Next time you come up.
I got some seats I need to get covered next time I come up.
Yeah, there's that.
Hey,
we were gonna do it.
I had it set up.
I was gonna say we had it set up. I was thinking today, do our catskin seats?
Meow.
They don't have carpet on the back of the back seats, do they?
They purr.
Jason's in here.
I don't know. Who's in here?
Jason.
Hi, Jason. I don't know who Jason is.
Paul says, so how does Kelly know what 4 inches looks like?
I don't like to brag. I don't like to brag. But
I have a tape measure.
Gotta go.
Anyways.
Yeah, Laura, you do. So they're super nice. We just have to get them installed because that is definitely not. I was talked out by by Alan with Diabolical. I was talked out of installing them myself because he said, do you want to look at it if you made one little issue? Like if I didn't do it right in one area, would you want to look at that for forever? Or would you rather just be like, hey, this isn't done right. Can you fix it?
Hey, you effed up.
And he had a point.
No. And though, I really wish though we would have gotten the kind of baseball-y leather look to them, because with our red truck, I'm telling you that those seats would have looked great. Would have made it look even more old school with these cool Oracle lights we have on the front of it. And but he's
never satisfied.
I am too. Jeez, man. Jeez.
Oh, Bronco 78 had a good point before you share whatever it is you're getting ready to share. He says, do they inspect your vehicle before you buy the warranty and only cover new damage, or will they fix existing damage?
Good question. They have not required that. I'll have to ask. I don't know. I can't give an answer on that.
Cool. It's all good in the hood.
That's my manager's forte.
You're like,
What is
I don't
that?
get paid manager money.
I don't. That's Dan's question. I'll get an answer for next week. How about that?
Well, and speaking of next week, when we come back next week, we will have been to the Badlands Off-Road Park, Kelly.
Wrong
So
one.
jealous. Are you
Oh,
going
and Laura-
to hunt Sasquatch?
And Laura, tell me in the comments if I can tell your story of what you sent to me before the show. If I can't, that's okay, but just say yes, you can tell the story, or no, you can't tell the story.
So we are meeting up with some old Nissan friends, and Luke with Lifestyle Offer will be there in his Bronco, and we're gonna go check this place out. I've heard a lot about this place over the years.
We've been told years to go.
I've heard a lot of really good things about it.
I've heard it's fun. They have a little bit of dunes and some rock crawling and stuff. I don't anticipate anything too crazy, but I'm kind of excited for it. It's in Attica, Indiana. So we will be, if you're in Indiana and we're in the area, come say hi to us. If not,
For the record, Attica, Indiana has like one hotel.
well,
Ask me how I know.
I wouldn't even call that really a hotel.
It's the Attica Inn. And yeah,
Bougie over here. Tell them about the
look at the pictures for yourself and tell me you wanted to stay in the Attica Inn.
Tell them about the
No.
Airbnb that we found.
Oh my gosh, I actually saw it again today. Nobody has rented it for this weekend.
Oh,
Imagine
no.
why. Okay, so I Airbnb checked too, because I was like, for one, my back is out this week. I'm not looking forward to sleeping on the ground. So I was Airbnb-ing, and so we found this one like 2 weeks ago that it's like heart of Attica, Indiana. And you're like, okay. And the outside of the building, you can tell is like a downtown area. And it kind of looks like it's not maybe in the best of areas. It kind of looks like it might be in kind of a high crime area. And then you look through the pictures and there's literally like a bed in the middle of the room with no blankets or anything on it. It's totally just like in the middle of the room. The kitchen looks really janky. Like it all looks really janky for like $130 a night.
A house that criminals would stay in an overnight to get them somewhere else. House is what it looked like.
Yeah. So it
yeah.
was not.
And
Yes.
before we get deep into this, Blueford, because I'll forget this. Did your marine grade vinyl seats wear out, or just wanted some cat skins? We partner with Cat Skins. We talked to them, man, almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
About doing something for the Supercell, and sadly, they would have been in the truck for Supercell, but
We couldn't get them installed in time.
By the time they got here, like 2 or 3 days before we had to leave, and there was just no way to do it. So that's why we haven't even rushed to do it, because they'll be in the vehicle for this coming Supercell. But which, Allie, I don't know if you've noticed, I reset the counter behind us. Can't see it right now, but 190
I'm gonna
days.
have to book my Airbnb.
I thought
We have not booked yet, but we're going. So we won't be in the same place because we need a bigger house.
Yeah, I think Mark King's gonna jump in.
Yeah, I
and
think
a
he
few
might.
others.
Yeah, I need to
but-
figure out. I will be going as long as things are okay with Maya. So that'll be very.
Well, see, if we all go together, Allie, we can all get this big place.
She
Everybody
doesn't
gets her-
like people that
That's
much.
right.
Dave.
I forgot. She hates people.
She likes her own space.
That's why she does online talking to people.
She sells all day. She doesn't want to sell all night.
What's she
That's
gonna
not
What's
what-
she selling all night?
That is not how I meant it.
Supercell is really like it's like the one place I don't have to talk about car sales.
Yeah.
That's nice. You get that drain or that like refresh of like yourself. That's nice.
Well,
and yes, Badlands Park in Indiana, Nurse AJ.
No, we will be there whatever this coming weekend is.
Yeah, so we will be coming in on Friday and coming back on Sunday.
But so part of this is we're meeting some old Nissan. They used to come to our off-road event all the time. This is they're from Chicago area, so this is kind of their home park.
They're like our OG friends.
Yeah, so they've been bugging us for years to come up here, and I thought, well, why not, man? It's the only bummer about it to me is the weather, because today it was 50 when I woke up this morning, and I was like, where's my winter jacket?
I don't want to hear it, Dave. It was 32 here.
Well,
it was 95 last week.
It was
that's
80.
a tough swing, man.
40 degrees.
It was 100 in Texas.
Yeah, it was 100 in Texas. So it was,
I mean, it was 80.
And I hate cold weather, Allie.
Dude, I've told you. I've diagnosed him with seasonal affect disorder, and he legit. You just wait. You'll see it.
Dude, I'm already
Twice.
starting to get seasonal depression. It's bad. Like,
Yes, he does. He gets
I like
seasonal depression.
I come home from work and it's already dark out. I'm like, no.
Oh, he's already done it. Yeah.
I can't do it.
So we are going to Badlands this weekend.
Yep. And Kelly wants to do this deep mud.
Nope, sure don't.
She said she really wants to get in that mud.
Do it.
Yep.
They do have I guess there's some big tunnel culverts that you can
I don't
drive
think
through.
that my truck is going to fit through there.
I don't know, might, but there does look to be a little bit of cool rock crawling that I've seen from time to time. People
I don't know. I think it will. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't have the off-road coverage.
Yeah, we don't have that yet, Allie.
Can easily take care of
These
that.
little dune areas look fun.
Yeah.
I can make fun of Kelly for not putting it in sand mode or whatever and getting stuck, I'm sure. I'm never coming back from Indiana, am I?
Wow.
But
you just do that as a life insurance policy too, so that you come back, right?
Yep.
Wow.
100%.
Awkward.
Make sure I come back. It's
you do realize it just makes it awkward if something happens to you and I have nothing to do with it.
Makes
it
it
just
awkward
makes it
for
real
you.
bad. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. But 1,500 acres, so it reminds me a lot of Woolies here locally. But we're just going up to hang out more, really, and hang out with some friends. But through all of this, there's been something I've been trying to get Kelly into travel trailers a little bit. And I mean, I really trying desperately to buy one of these things, and
He's desperate, y'all. Desperate.
Had we not had the situation with your work,
yes,
there probably this fall would have been one of these, not this particular one, but there would have been probably one in our driveway. So we're gonna attempt, Kelly, in kind of a teardrop. You guys heard me talk about this on the show before, but we're gonna do this RV share thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you researched this.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about this program.
So I've done a lot of research because the last thing I want to do is sleep on the ground. I'll be
I bought a tent.
Fully transparent. I don't want to sleep on the ground. And again, hotels were nowhere nearby. I even looked for cabins on their site because they do have some cabins at Badlands that you can rent. All of them were going to be almost $1,000 for the weekend. And I was like, that's not happening.
Not budget friendly.
No. So he bought a $45 tent. Mind you, a 2-person tent.
Well, I did that for a reason, because of heat. I thought the smaller the tent, it keeps more heat in.
For those that don't know,
we can love each other again like we used to.
For those that don't know, a 2-person tent is really 1.5 people. And we're 1.5 people each, probably.
Wow. Way to call me out. Thanks.
No, we need a 3-person tent is what I'm saying.
Okay.
From a camping
So
perspective.
we're taking Brooks?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so I really kind of was looking, and I gave it one more shot today. I was like, I'm going to give it one more shot, see if I can find something, because all of these were adding up to like $450.
Jessica, well, right here.
It's possible he might. Might be Sydney and I in there instead.
Yep.
But I gave it one more shot because all of them are like $300 to $400. They were like $400 for us to take for just the weekend. And I was like, this is stupid. So I looked and I found this one today that was $65 per night. I quickly was like, let's just see what the cost is. And it came out to be like just under $300. And I told him, I was like, hey, we could get this for just under $300.
It's not bad.
Notice there's a Patreon link at the top of this. It's because Mama Bear over here keeps spending the money.
Oh, you know what? This is payback for when you were unemployed in 2009, 2010. Because things are showing up at our house.
Not
awkward.
This kind of things.
No, parts for your vehicle that you didn't need.
Anyways, so back to
those things showed up. Anyway, so I found this camper. It's actually kind of on the way for us to pick up. When I did the research, I even looked like, could we pick one up in Attica, Indiana? Could we pick one up along the route to Attica, Nashville, Louisville, anything like that? And just nothing made sense. But this one actually made sense. Told the guy we were taking it out of town, even to Indiana, 5 hours away. And he was like, okay, your book is approved. And we did it. And so now we're on to this.
So ideally, this is not something the one I'm looking at is just a hair bigger.
Yeah.
But I want to see if Kelly can
can hang.
Because for me, the way I want to do trailer, I want the smallest thing possible, the lightest thing possible, really, for fuel economy a little bit. Because I would like to next year start going further away from the house, and I think this would open up the door for that. And so we'll see if Kelly can survive this. Maybe if you get a job sometime soon, we can purchase something. Because what's funny about these is you can get a teardrop-ish this size of a camper for about $12,000, which I know sounds expensive for the size of it and stuff, but if you price any of these
honestly,
RV stuff,
with how expensive trailers are getting now, it's freaking ridiculous.
Yes. But this I
would
think
be
for
our
us,
Christmas present if I get a job soon.
But
maybe not this.
And
Specific
I've
one,
told you
obviously.
for years that I want something that we can have loaded, and when we want to just leave,
we need to get out. We just go. You know what? Let's just go camp somewhere for the weekend.
But Miss Sydney's gonna have to rough it in the Bronco. I think. So she wants to go with us. So which was not initially part of the plan.
I mean, I've slept in my Bronco plenty of times, and it's honestly not that bad.
Well, and one of our buddies is actually sleeping in his Bronco. He was giving us a hard time that we were not sleeping in our Bronco. And
look, I did one overnight live stream in the Bronco, and it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I saw how uncomfortable he was, and I was like, not happening. Andy says, thank you for the super chat. It's for a blanket for Dave while he sleeps on the couch.
Man. But so we're gonna do a video on this thing. For one, I want to know the RV share experience, because it seems everything you've done seemed pretty cut and dry, very simple.
Yeah.
There was actually some here locally.
Yeah.
I did notice that they were just too big for our needs. But
that was the challenge that I was running into. I will say that was the biggest challenge I had, like combing through all these different sites, because there's not really a way to narrow it down to weight class on them. What I did like about RV Share, though, is that it actually allowed me to put our vehicle in. When you go to the website itself, it actually is like, tell us what you're going to be towing it with, and it would give me a class of vehicles or these.
It says weighs about 1,500 pounds. I would say it's probably more like $2,000, honestly, but still the Bronco's capable of towing up to 3,500 pretty comfortably. There was one I saw that was right at $4,000, and I thought, and we could have stood up in it and it would have pulled it, and I thought, and it was like $100 a night. Yeah, it was fairly affordable, and I thought, you know what, nah, let's go small. Let's learn, because we're not RVers per se. Like, I know Nurse AJ, she loves to do the glamping.
I would be all about it.
This website is actually really easy to use.
Yeah.
But we'll throw the link in there, and people want to see what we're doing. But we're gonna do a couple of videos on this. I want to do of the experience we have with this website. Plus, what is it like towing? Because the only thing I've really towed with the Bronco is our lawnmower, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. I'm
trying to think.
The trailer.
We pulled the white trailer a little bit.
Which is probably, it's been loaded down probably 2,500 pounds, maybe.
Yeah.
Past that, not a lot. Not especially for a distance.
Yeah.
And so this will be definitely interesting. And if you guys like this kind of content, let us know. Because it's weird when I do break away from like news and stuff, you guys don't seem to watch a ton of it. Like we did the off-road video, which we've talked about in the past. I told Kelly I don't think we have enough footage. Come to find out, we had more than plenty. And it's less than 1,000 views on that, and we are about 11,000 subscribers now. So yeah, but I don't like the whole tent sightings to this. No, I don't care for that at all. For this weekend, I think that'll be perfect though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like we could stand up in it. We could change right there if we needed to, kind of thing. So that was part of a selling point for me. And really the number one was the budget for me. Was a selling point. And the fact this actually has a fridge already in it, and it has a heater in it too. And I know it's going to be chilly, and
as long as they're RV hookups.
Yeah, we're an RV hookup spot.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to pay a little bit more. It was $25 for rustic or $40 for a hookup.
So say that again. How much was it?
$25 for rustic or $40 for full hookup.
I mean, if I got something to hook up, damn.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, so it's got a heater and a cooler in it, so works perfectly for us. But anyway,
so this will be kind of fun. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this content and our little review of this. We're not, by many means, we're not going to start reviewing RVs.
No.
But I think this would be the perfect size for us to go to Moab.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to stay I don't want to go to a place like that and you're in hotels.
Yeah.
I want to, like, there's places in Kansas, there's places you can stay as long as you don't get blown over. But I would like to go to Moab this way.
My only concern with some of this is that when you don't have the camper like Nurse AJ campers in, like, you have to set up and then you have to do all this. So after a day of traveling, you're tired. And the last thing you really want to do is set it up.
No, but you leave this hooked up to the vehicle. There's nothing to set up. It stays hooked to the vehicle. Then you just pop up your tent or whatever and you hop in. You're good. The only thing I could see would be doing like our old awning we used to have. I've seen some of these. You could do one of those 270-degree awnings, which would make this perfect. And especially if it was raining a little bit, at least you could get outside if need be, or you could just hang in the
Ford video guy says you only get blown away during the tornadoes. That's what he was implying.
I don't know about that, Tim, because I drove out there in November in 17 or 18 and it was windy going across the plains, man.
Whenever you turned 40.
Yeah. Way to call me out.
You're welcome.
Way to call me out.
Paul Elliott.
I knew it. I knew somebody was going to say something about it.
I was waiting
as soon as I said it.
I didn't even jump on that. Paul.
That's
you sir.
I thought that's why you made her repeat it.
I thought it was too, to be honest with you.
I'm just like, all right. I just put my head down. I'm like, cool.
Paul asked if you could rent a Patriot trailer. So if I could find somebody who was renting one.
So we'll here. All right, let's go. We'll go through this a little bit because this is interesting and it's part of what we're going to do.
And this is not sponsored by any means
No,
for RV Share because it literally is just something we're doing.
So we'll just put Murfreesboro.
Click Tobles.
All right. I'm sorry. There you go. Right.
There you go. Now you can put Murfreesboro.
We'll put guest 3. Let's see. 3, 7, 1, 2, 8.
Now do your pickup. I do it out a little bit in the future.
Here, we'll just do this.
Yeah.
We'll just say
you choose the drop off
for a week. We'll just do that.
There you go. And now you can enter your vehicle information.
Oh, okay. So
and it'll show you what's towable.
That's cool. I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's how I was able to do it today. I'd been doing it all on my.
Wow. So they even got the engine down here.
Yep. But you jumped too soon. Go back. Towables.
Where? Oh, Towables.
See, I didn't even put in dates.
Oh, did you not have to?
You can skip it.
Nope, not 2-door. See, Bronco 2-door, Bronco 4-wheel drive. So now you've messed it up. Oh, click the X. I think there's an X. No. Dang it. Forget it. Just go.
No, because the towing will be different. Marital Nation. Remember that.
Towables.
All right. Yes, 3. Let's just leave that.
Towables.
Let's just leave that one. Towables. Year 21. Make. Ford. Model.
Bronco 4-door 2.7. Keep going.
There's Miss America.
Hey, I did it.
There you go.
So this is what we kind of thought was neat. I mean, it gives you a map. So we're in Murfreesboro, which is somewhere right in here.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives us a pretty good idea of what is in our area already. With the price, that was actually kind of
yeah.
cool.
So that was really nice that I was able to look at it and be like, okay, am I willing to travel to X amount of distance for that much savings?
Yeah. So here, 16. This would have been probably perfect for us, honestly.
Don't tell me now.
No, but it's in Chattanooga.
That's a cool one.
But I know, and as long as they give you some good pictures,
but it's got to pop out too.
Look, we got cables everywhere, so that's it. It's like being at home. But yeah, see the pop out. I don't want to be bear food. Not that Indiana has that, but no, that's my thought of like you have a tin. Who's
building. The one that watches ID channel and you're worried about?
Hey, my little cousin just got a bear this weekend.
Nice.
Got a bear like.
Shot
had
one.
A bear?
Like.
Oh, okay. Cool. I was like,
Just like that.
But, so here's a little teardrop. Interesting. 85 a night for that one there. Let's see. But it should, so these should be somewhat, I'm assuming they're rated.
Yeah.
You know, weight
wise. If you click on it.
Let's just click this one.
and you scroll down. Right there. There's
See,
your
that's
towable.
like perfect of what I'm looking for.
26, yes. So this would have been cool. Like it's got the stove, the cooler, looks like a little tabletop
Is
there.
it bad that literally all I care is like an air conditioner and that's it?
Yeah, but the air conditioner only works at your hookup.
See, and this was not a selling point to me when I see these cushions like this, because that to me tells me that's not going to be very comfortable. I'm totally that bougie brat that wants a mattress.
But we got solar. We got a rooftop tent.
Yeah.
Sid could have been on top of that thing. It's in Still Springs.
I don't even know where that is.
Exactly. I don't either. I don't want to know. But I thought the service was kind of cool that we were able to find something like that, because we'd looked a couple weeks ago and we were like, I don't know, we'll just cancel.
Well, in some of the websites that I found, like once they added all their fees, it was literally like more for it's like Airbnb
Yeah,
or
I was
Vrbo.
gonna say that's just like Airbnb though.
Totally is. So you're paying more for the fees than you are for the rental itself. So it wasn't making sense for us. And I couldn't seem to find any any trailers for under $100 a night.
Yeah.
So like at that point, it wasn't worth it for
Yeah.
us to rent one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we might be able to, when we buy one of those things, we might be able to
Rent it out.
rent
part of
it
the time.
out
Yeah.
because payments on those things are like, because it's an RV, you can string it out for 100 years. And
It's
Ask my
crazy
parents.
on
how they
those.
know.
yeah. But I got one more story that I wanted to talk to tonight. What do we got here? You think a brake controller is needed for one of the teardrops? It wouldn't hurt. I mean, if it has brakes on it, I wouldn't see why it would ever hurt. Depending to the terrain you're going down, because if you're going up and down, like you're going through Colorado, I definitely want some sort of brake on a trailer. Those kind of passes. And I assume you're putting weight in the back of the trailer too, because anything you're taking with us, like our gear will be in the trailer.
Right. Once we get to the destination.
But I got one more story I want to get to tonight, and this is kind of should hit home for you two a little bit, because we got Rebelle Rally about to kick in. I know our friend Jill Spaminillo is over. She went today. She shipped out today, and they lose as soon as they get in the area. Tim was telling me about this Saturday. They lose their phones as soon as they get there. They lose all contact with everybody. So, and what's funny is this is a majority of these people are press. And they get these vehicles. A lot of times they get sponsored by, like, Ford is sponsoring some people.
Ford is sponsoring 5 teams this year.
I know it's
That's
ridiculous, but for the press, it has to kill you a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
I want to
because the
document
addiction
this.
is there.
Well, that, and I want to document
Oh, yeah.
everything. But I thought it was pretty cool, and Ford's officially becomes a Rebelle Rally partner. So
I talked to Melissa Clark yesterday.
Yeah.
Her and Hollywood were on their way out, and I know that Amanda and Jackie are almost there.
Nice. We've also got another friend, Mercedes
Lilienthal,
who is a journalist as well, who is doing her
she's with Honda. Oh, I think it's like
third,
fifth.
Something crazy amount of rebels. She's actually out there too.
Mm-hmm.
And she was posting all over the socials about it.
I'm not gonna lie, I really want to do it.
It sounds awful to me, honestly, because it's a compass thing.
No phones for like 10 days. That's
You can do that without being out in the middle of nowhere.
You think that sounds fun until you don't have phones for 10 days.
Well,
the idea, like, it sounds like you start fighting with your the driver, the navigator start fighting with each other because you're aggravated, you're hungry, you're hot. Maybe you're stuck in the dirt.
We're married and we have phones and we have food and we fight. So can you imagine being with like a non-life committal partner and you're trying to navigate?
Nope.
I can't decide if she needs something or if she's just trying to photobomb and say hi.
Hi, Maya.
Maya. Like, my bowl's empty. I want water.
I know. She drinks a lot because of prednisone.
Where's my Fruit Loops?
She
Yeah. Where's the
has
Fruit
some.
Loops? But both you two sound like you would like to do something like this.
Yeah.
I'm a little hesitant on it at this point, just because it is 10 days. And I like a shower after like my second or third day.
I think they have stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do have it. There's a central camp that moves around a little bit, and they do have.
If some of that is there, then I could
nice
be
meals and stuff. And
okay.
Yeah, they have like a full-blown chef that cooks like top-notch dinners for you.
Because I think
Okay, Allie, let's do it.
it's $35,000 entry fee. I think something like
Yeah,
that. It's
it's a
pretty
lot.
ridiculous. But the thing of it is, so this kind of a race is, you get a compass, you get your mapping and stuff, and there's waypoints you go to. If you get there too early, you get ding points. If you get there late, you're ding points. And obviously there's an ideal time to be at each one of these places, and that's how you score. But I don't know, for me, like if there was a male version of this, I just wouldn't. I don't know, something about. I would rather just
that would be
race.
super intense.
It's because you don't
this.
like people.
I do like people. Look, we have 48 people right now that I really like.
I also want to know how the Maki Rally
Yes.
is going to do.
Well, so
very
Rivian's
interested
done
in
it. Rivian's done it for 2 years now. So they have a way to charge those things out there. But and the Rivian's done well. Of course, they have. I can't think of the journalist that drives. She's a very experienced off-road driver, but I don't know. I'll be curious to track this. Definitely, I think you two have got something planned afterwards. You were going to talk to somebody. I don't want to give it away.
Don't give
But
it
I know
away. We're gonna talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
So just. Shh.
Jeez, sorry.
Bring your Rebelle Rally questions, people.
Yep, Dave's nose is growing.
Stay tuned.
Well, there's 52 now, Tim. So I like all 52. And when we had earlier, we had, I think, about 70 people in the chat. All 70 of those people were awesome too.
They got tired of Marital Nation.
Yes. Tell Melissa I said hi.
I will.
Laura, I'm sure you can be on that show too when it comes in, because I'm sure you have all kinds of questions for those that would be
As
curious.
soon as I turned the camera, she turned her head.
She's like,
She's like, listen, peasants.
So when we're done with this, I do have a Laura story to tell.
we'll get into this Laura story because that's about all I have. There's nothing to track on this right now.
So, but what you can do is you can actually follow.
That's what I was about to get to. You can go to Rebelle Rally and you can track your favorite drivers, see where they're going through the day, and it's kind of fun.
Okay. So Laura messaged me tonight. She's like, I have to make sure I get this out.
With Altione Ford?
Shut up. So she's like, I have to get the boys in bed, but I have to tell you the story really quickly before, because I have to get ready for the show tonight to watch it. Said, so we went off-roading after work today on the back of our property.
Good for you.
And there's a railroad track right there.
That sounds bad already.
On the end of the property.
No.
So the kids and I were going to attempt this steep hill. And as we were going up, we heard the train on the track. And she said, good thing I didn't have the radio blaring because I wouldn't have heard the train coming because they had to go over the track in order to get up the hill. And so she's like, now I laugh about it, but like it totally could have been a terrible experience very quickly because they couldn't have gotten off the train tracks in time.
She sent pictures?
No, that was just, oh yeah, she did. She sent a few pictures of like being on the trail and stuff. And then I'm going to tell the second part of that story, Laura. So then she said, Jared asked what Kelly would do because he had a wine glass that he didn't think all the wine would fit in. And that there was more wine in the bottle than there was in the glass, but he really wanted to drink the rest of the wine. And I said, well, Kelly would just drink from the bottle. And she said, great minds think alike. So Jared is her husband.
This year's Bronco Supercell East is going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
It's going to be a lot of
Absolutely.
fun because
it's going to be insane.
We're going to need some Altione Ford wine.
Shut up.
Altione Ford. We're definitely going to need that. We've got we're going to have, I'm sure Laura and her husband are going to have to sign autographs.
Yes.
Because they're becoming very popular on the show.
They are.
Superstars.
Maybe we'll have our trailer by then that we can tow there, and I'll have to sleep in clearly because I'll be in the doghouse while you're in the Airbnb.
Yeah, I'll be in the Airbnb with Alan and Mark and Rochelle.
Allie's gonna go. She's gonna go ride everywhere that she can. We know.
Yeah.
I can't.
And how many days is it, Dave? How many days till Supercell?
I can't reach it. Turn around. I hope my math is correct.
So
I don't know.
my
because I
mom,
didn't double check him.
my mom really wants to do like a barbecue night too.
What are we barbecuing? Bears?
No, just burgers.
Squirrels?
Yeah.
No.
You can eat
What are
squirrel.
you doing?
No, thank you.
Why?
No. You think I'm bougie in my bed? Come on, I'm bougie on my food too.
Time out. Let's stop right there. Bougie in your bed.
Clamping.
Oh god.
I know. I'm just.
Do you see? Do you see?
Hey man, you're throwing me softballs. I've got to knock those out of the park.
Oh my gosh.
But I think the Rebelle thing this week will be fun to kind of keep. Well, the next week and a half will be fun to keep track of. Remember too, if you're interested in this insurance, call up or email Allie. She put her thing in there.
Yeah.
Her email address in there. I'm sure she'll do it one more time for us. If you're curious about that, I feel like Allie will give you, hey, don't do this if your situation or whatever. I feel like she'll be the honest person for you to talk to, or some dealerships might. Our buddy Tim there with
Ford Video Guy.
With Long MacArthur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they would be an honorable place to go to just as well. I would not recommend anybody in Middle Tennessee.
At least not in Murfreesboro
or
or a
Shelbyville.
couple surrounding cities.
Yes. But past that, yeah, I think that's show night. Allie, we took the Mustang in for to get the warranty work checked out. Still hadn't heard back.
They still haven't called.
Nope.
No. Do you have something you'd like to say?
Hi, Maya.
Maya.
Oh, he is a puppy whisperer. Like he howls at the cats and and he howls at the dogs. Oh no! Now you have Brooke started.
Can you do it for me?
Watch, it's like trademarked.
There we go.
Oh,
He's sticking my shit already.
People, if they're listening to headphones right now, they're like, "What the hell am I listening to?"
They're like, "What is happening?"
Yes,
it's now Dog Nation, y'all.
Maybe we'll do we'll all meet at Windrock or something beforehand or afterhand. I'm not throwing it an official come meet us at Windrock, but if you happen to show up, maybe we'll do something there.
We did have some people saying, hey, when you go next time, like even in the Middle Tennessee Bronco Club, they were saying that they would like to go to Windrock, but they obviously, I told them, do not go by yourself. I tell everybody this rule number 1: do not go off-roading by yourself.
Going to Holly Oaks.
That's the thing. I don't even tell people to go to Holly Oaks by themselves. I'm like, make sure you have a buddy. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you are.
I tell people that are even like deciding they want to go like drive a bunch of dirt roads. Like you just never know when that dirt road is going to turn into recovery. And a lot of times there's no cell coverage in those areas.
Yep. And so we're all in the countdown now for Supercell.
190 days.
I think that's the next far as Bronco events. That'll be our next thing to do.
Yeah, I think that's my next Bronco event. I'll have a few things in Michigan, like small stuff, but nothing with Maya's recovery, nothing major.
Yeah. You gotta stay close to home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
Well, or close to an emergency vet.
Right. The one that you trust.
Knoxville, I think has a pretty good one.
Yeah.
She could come out with an orange bandana then.
No.
She doesn't need any more bandanas, Dave. She's good.
So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
or these Ford Broncos and birds, yeah, some birds we all drive. It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, Dave Boyd, and we're out. Peace.
See ya.